Meet me at the ice cream truck. I'll buy you some ice cream. You know what I mean? The show is obscene, but I bet you gon' like these three dudes trying to get along. Craig Coleman and Matt Sharon. Don't forget to start the show. EA Dub, Eric Allen Window. Let's roll, try to keep up. Turn up the AC stage, heating up. Eat it up, time to devour the full charge power hour.
Oh shit. Welcome to the Full Charge Power Hour. I'm Matt Sharon.
Is this an accident?
I'm here with Craig Coleman.
Yeah.
I'm here with Bryan Ewrin. I'm just trying to get some hype going.
Is that what it is?
Because just so the listeners don't know, it was industry talk there for a little bit.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
it was.
just get it off your chest
job
before-
talk.
It was.
It was State of the Union, State of the
State
of
LA.
Los Angeles.
Yeah, sucks.
You couldn't even make money off Patreon. That's type of
Well,
conversation.
patreon.com/the full charge. Hit us up and give us some money. As you can see, we're still trying to figure out this studio. Check me out on the Bro Adjacent Tour. I'm going to be in Beaumont, California, Gainesville, Florida, Palm Coast, Florida, Jacksonville, San Diego, Milwaukee, Chicago, San Francisco, Sacramento, Denver, and I'm taping my special in Hermosa Beach, November 22nd.
getting
Holy shit.
It's getting close.
Am I rocking microphones out there in the country?
Yeah, dude.
Just got back from Charlotte. Tell me what you guys think about this. And I'm still trying to get comfortable
Oh.
in this setup.
Oh.
Like this.
Oh.
I got like The Last of Us
Yeah.
trying to attack me over here.
Don't even talk about that show right now. A lot of angry people in the world
Why are they angry?
Well.
because they never played the video game. Apparently,
Yeah.
Right.
So what's the anger?
Well, have you-
I never played the video
Have
game.
you seen season 2, episode 2?
Yeah.
That's what they're angry about.
So somebody's something or other?
I guess they're people that never watched Game of Thrones. Get fucking used to it. Your favorite characters are gonna die.
Or seen Psycho, things like that.
Or read the Harry Potter series.
Yeah, or seen that show Silo.
Yeah.
It happens, motherfuckers.
It fucking happens.
Guess what? It's television. Grow up.
Just like
Play the video game, nerd.
just like your life, your favorite characters are gonna die.
Yeah. Is that camera crooked?
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, it's at an
Maybe
angle.
it's on an angle. Yeah, maybe it's.
I mean, you're. It's like you have it at a commercial angle.
Is it
That's-
on a slight lean?
Yeah, it's like fucking Batman. That's why you like it, bro.
Oh
It's like-
yeah, you got a Dutch angle there. Dutch angle. That's what that's called. That's called Dutch
Dutch
angle.
angle?
Yeah, that's called the Dutch angle.
Okay.
I flew here, and tell me what you think about this.
Mm-hmm.
We have the segment "Was I a Dick?"
Yeah.
on this podcast. Was this guy a dick? On the airplane, very crowded flight. One guy lucks into a whole row by himself.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Sweet.
What does this guy do? He sits in the middle seat and opens up all the trays so that, like, he's got the whole row. Like, he's keeping the whole row unless somebody wants to go have a conversation and be like, and sit down. So you can go sit down right next to him in the middle seat. Nobody approached this guy. I didn't approach this guy. I wanted to murder this guy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if I really wanted it, I could go talk to the fucking guy.
Sure.
What was the? I'm confused. What was
Okay,
the
let
reason
me-
for the
let
tray
me-
tables going down?
Let me just slow down.
I get it.
So he ends up with his whole row.
Yeah, that.
What he does to secure the whole row
Blocks you out.
is he sits in the middle seat of the whole row. He has a window and an aisle empty, and he puts down the tray tables just to be like, this is mine,
Yeah.
essentially.
I see.
Like, yeah, you can sit there, but it's going to require a conversation.
Yeah.
And it's going to require, maybe walking back to your seat in shame.
For sure.
Or saying, excuse me, stewardess or flight attendant, this guy won't let me sit here if you want to sit here. Well, is it your seat? No, it's not my seat. Like, I don't have a ticket for that seat.
Yeah.
So I'm holding no power.
There we go.
Do you think that this is because this guy flies a lot and these are the common tropes of flying of weirdos?
These are not the common tropes. I've never seen this before in my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
And my take, I'm asking you, but my take is fuck this guy.
My take is the guy's naturally a prick.
Yeah.
He's actually doing everyone a favor.
Is that right?
You don't want
Yeah,
to sit
I
by
do.
me. You don't want to talk to me.
He's actually done it without saying a word.
Yeah.
I'm an asshole.
So you went past and went, gotcha, buddy.
Right.
And you didn't have to be like, hey, could I? And then he says something weird and you go, hey, can I throw punch you?
Yeah.
Which is not what the question initially was going
Right,
to be. It
right.
was going to be something a little bit kinder.
Right.
But he saved you that by basically laying
Yeah.
it out.
And guess what? No one else took him up on it either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was a DC to LA flight, 5.5 hours, and nobody else bothered because everybody knew.
Yeah.
This guy said to the world, I'm a cunt.
Yep.
And we all said, we know you're a cunt.
I
We
get
don't
it.
feel like getting involved in your cunt world.
Right.
So technically, this is a tough one for Was I a Dick? Actually, he actually came up front and said, by the way, I'm a dick without being a dick
Yeah.
per se. So you didn't ever have to experience his dickness. So
Yeah.
in a weird way, he kind of nullified the whole thing.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
In a weird way?
He did, but it's still very unsatisfying for me, who sat in a full row while my fucking bony ass was pressed up against the
Right.
thinnest cushion in the world. Not that the cushions are going to be better over there.
No.
But just at least I can like spread out a little bit.
I think you're mad because he forced you to look inside yourself and question, choices you've made in your life that got you.
Are
into that
you-
seat.
I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true at all.
You're like,
I think this is what I think. I think this guy was more of a cunt than I would be. And so I judge him for that.
Fair enough.
That's
Did he
fair.
look weird too, or no? He looked like a normal dude.
He looked like kind of a stylish fucking guy, which adds to the shittiness.
I hate him already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't want to sit next to him anyway.
No.
No,
Sure.
but I'd like to sit next to him with a middle seat between us.
Okay, so you're fine with that perimeter.
Totally.
He totally could have done that. He could have just sat at the window
Or the aisle.
other seat and just put a fucking thing down.
He greyhounded me.
He did.
All right?
I've never taken a Greyhound.
You
so
get
that's
on a
the thing,
Greyhound
yeah.
bus and people sit.
Put their stuff
If
on
you've
there.
ever been on LA Metro, you see the same thing. People have this much territory and they fucking try to claim it. They sit in the aisle instead of the window on a Greyhound bus.
yeah.
So it's like, don't sit with me.
Right.
But it's like, motherfucker, you're not in first class. You're on a Greyhound bus.
Yeah. You got $20, I got $20.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're traveling across the
Yeah.
country for $20.
Right.
You could have just thrown food at the back of his head. Where were you sitting?
I was sitting in front of him.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's why you
And
should
you
always
know-
carry corn nuts with you at all times.
You know that's not a real option.
What? As a food? I know. It's not a
Throw
food thing.
corn nuts
It's-
at
No,
him.
you can't throw shit at people.
They're going to kick you off the
Oh, really?
plane.
Then you're out.
Been to a sporting event?
Yeah.
That's different.
Have you ever been to a flight?
Yeah, apparently
It's
you
not
have-
a sporting
yeah,
event.
Not a sport.
There's no cameras. There's no way they can find out if it's you or not.
Oh, they will. And they'll land this plane. Unlike your dad, who's like, we'll turn this car around. They're like, no, we'll land the
So
whole
are you
plane.
guys telling me that throwing a corn nut on a plane is technically a federal offense?
Yeah. People
I-
have turned things into that. Yes.
I think it starts the conversation.
it does.
Yeah. No, it's not a federal offense, but like you got that's your one.
Yeah.
That's your one throw.
your one strike.
And you're gonna get a talking to.
Right.
And then that's it.
And then it depends on how you react to that talking to. Because if you give any pushback, they're like, fuck it. Bob, we're landing the plane.
And then everyone hates you. On
Yeah,
top
you're
of
the
it.
prick. Who's
And
this?
then the-
who's this motherfucker?
The guy sitting in the middle seat is now a hero.
Yeah.
And a victim.
Here's
Yeah.
my follow-up question to you. Plane lands. Do you stink eye on the way out? Did anybody else stink eye him, or everybody was like over it at a certain point?
My thing was, if I really wanted the seat, I could go talk to him. So I have no right to stink eye. You know,
Fair.
I've judged the man.
And
I assume
moved
he
on.
lives his life like this.
Yes.
I assume he's a douche.
Yeah.
I assume he gets ahead in life because
Probably. He's very
willing,
successful.
but he was also a flying coach, so he's not that much of a big shot.
He could be cheap.
Yeah.
Right?
No, he's a coach. He's a coach.
He's
flyer.
coach.
That's the desperation of a coach flyer, which is the same thing I just explained on a Greyhound bus.
I'm gonna take whatever I can.
Yeah, exactly.
This is all I get.
Yeah, this is all I get, and I'm taking it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Here's to the flight guy. Congratulations.
I mean, what are the odds that you get the whole fucking 3 seats to yourself?
Oh, they're not great,
Right?
but it happens.
Was the rest of the plane full?
Yeah,
It was.
yeah. So that's why I wasn't the only. I know I wasn't the only one that hated this guy's
Yeah,
living guts.
That's funny. I always get a window seat.
Yeah,
Always.
right.
That's all I want. I don't care where it's at on the plane.
Yeah,
I want a window seat. So if anybody ever was like, hey, do you mind if we trade? Yes, I do.
Yeah, no,
Unless it's another window seat.
you have that right.
Yeah.
You know what he didn't get on that flight? A handy.
No.
No.
Right?
Well, maybe. Maybe
Why-
he's a self-handy.
That's why he needed all that.
That's why I wanted the extra space.
In that case, take the space.
Yeah. I'm gonna jerk off of I'm gonna get, what is it? 15-mile high club or whatever.
I mean, 15 miles.
I don't know. How high up are planes?
No. That sounds pretty low.
Is it?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking
I
about.
really don't know.
I don't know.
I think I was thinking 15.
I mean, they call it the Mile High Club.
I think
so
I
you're
was thinking
definitely
15 feet. That's what I was thinking. I did not process it. I was like, yeah, they fly higher
Yeah,
than
we
15
keep
feet.
clipping all these houses. It's weird.
Let me look it up. How many miles?
Actually, 15 miles is probably too high.
Might be. It might be.
How many miles high commercial flight?
15 feet.
15 feet is probably right. No, it's about 6 to 8 miles.
Okay.
All right.
So 15, yeah, that's probably a fighter jet or,
That's space.
yeah, that's space.
That's for those Amazon.
let me look
Amazon-
that up.
Yeah,
Let me look
women
that
wear.
up.
Yeah.
I just
how
found
high
out
too.
about this Google search engine. Have you tried it? It's amazing.
Google is.
You can just ask it
it's
questions.
The fucking great oracle.
How
dude.
many miles to outer space? 62 miles.
62? Oh, I was way off. That's
not
crazy.
far
Can you
at all.
imagine?
No, but that's a huge difference between how many miles when you're just flying in a plane versus getting to space.
I know, but I thought it was at least 8 billion miles away.
That's
So-
just out of our atmosphere,
Yeah.
probably.
So now that you know that, do you still make fun of the women that supposedly went
Yeah,
to
I
space?
do.
And why are we making fun of them, by the way?
Okay, here's why.
Okay,
here's
fair
why. At the same time, Jeff Bezos is taking these rich assholes up into space.
But that's the future. But
and
continue.
making it like it's a big fucking deal and that they're heroic. They fired all the female astronauts at NASA and took all their stuff down.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that happened. All the female astronauts got fired.
Why?
DEI.
They're going after minorities now. They're firing minorities.
And really, DEI ends up being a lot of it ends up being fucking women. White women, not even just women of color, just women in general.
Okay.
So they fired all the fucking women and took down all their information off the website and wherever they were like, this woman's an astronaut. Fuck that. Took her shit down. Even
she
though,
can't even post it on LinkedIn.
I mean, she could probably put it in her fucking resume, yeah.
Right.
But like, yeah, we went to the website. Yeah, because they're a bunch of cocksuckers and they took my shit down.
Right. And then some singer gets to go up to space.
But
is
this
what you're
dumb
saying.
bitch
Oh,
gets to go, oh, I don't like Katy Perry. Her music's dog shit.
Well, her music
So-
is horrible.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah.
She's a fucking nobody.
I'm already impressed the fact that you guys even listen to her music. It's not my speed. So
I
I'll even check it out.
had a child who was
Oh,
a girl
right,
at one
right.
point who listened to that
Oh,
crap.
Right.
Fair enough. Gotcha.
So I know a lot of those songs, and I'm like,
I've only just turned it off after 5 seconds, but that's how I know I don't like it.
no, I had to hear it 1,000 fucking times.
The California one.
So she does have a couple good songs, to be honest with you.
I'm still all lost on me. I feel like it was never legal for me to listen to that music. So
Nah, it was
Given my-
like always in my player, fucking until the day she's like, I don't like this anymore. Then it was K-pop, and I'm like, ugh,
K-pop was huge.
very huge.
Did you listen to K-pop at all?
No,
Did
but
you test it?
No, but my friend, I don't even know what K-pop sounds like. I know
Neither do
my
I.
friend,
It's annoying.
you know, Randy, his kid was into K-pop.
Oh,
probably the same
his
time.
son?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have more of a problem with that. But no, I'm just kidding. But you know how expensive K-pop shit is?
What do you mean?
The fucking CDs.
They're more expensive than a regular?
Yes.
Why?
Because they're putting out the same goddamn CD, but this version has pamphlets in it with extra photos and all this dumb shit. And they're like $45, $100 fucking dollars.
Does any barbecue beef come with it?
Yeah.
Korean
Not
barbecue?
even a Korean barbecue.
Oh, I'm getting so
So-
hungry. Listen to this music.
So we would buy it. You have to go to Koreatown to get it. Whatever. The whole family. You get the only child, right? All right, let's go.
You really have to go there to get it back then, huh?
Oh yeah. Yeah, or
Because
you're-
you needed the physical. Sounds like the physical aspect of it.
Well, not to mention she gets to go to Koreatown. She gets to go into the Koreatown record store.
Right.
That's all like fucking Big Pink or whatever the goddamn bands were. And buy her shit. And then when she becomes goth,
yeah,
she fucking sells it all for almost nothing. And I'm just sitting there going, are you fucking kidding me?
yeah.
Yeah, but does it really have any resale value?
No.
Really? Okay, well.
No, but it's just his money gone, and now now the kid gets something back, gets a rebate back, and Craig gets jack shit.
I mean, I'm sure you've watched your kids just piss on your fucking money and set it on fire.
It's called Legos, dude. You know how expensive Legos
Yeah,
are?
they're
No,
very
tell me.
expensive.
And then what they do after they build something, like you'll be like, all right, here's this $129 bat cave, and you're
Yeah.
like, this is great. They build it, and then you come back in the room, and that shit's all over the place. It's broken. and then-
Separated the pieces.
And separated.
Yeah.
So once it's separated, there is no getting money back, like resale value.
Because you're gonna
It's done.
you're gonna step on it too in the middle of the night, right?
We have
And you can't rebuild the goddamn bat cave.
no.
If you lose one piece, it's just done.
No,
So
I used
over.
to joke about it's like if you don't want people breaking in your house, just put pictures of your kids in the window. They'd be like, "Oh, that house fucked."
Yeah,
There's
they have
nothing of
nothing.
value in there.
There's
It's all
nothing of value.
destroyed.
Yeah.
But no, man,
Especially
now we
you
just
have
have
boys.
a bin of like lost money, called a bin full of
lost
Legos
money.
that you're never, if some psycho wants to go through them and try to rebuild it all, but
Yeah, that's your it's just this resource suck.
yeah.
I've heard having children is expensive.
It's so you hear people say like it's the greatest thing ever. It's you'll never love anything.
Right, that's all true.
That is all
But
true.
Matt
But
can also
nothing's
say that
free.
about his cat. That's the problem.
But what they mean
It's all relative.
What they mean by is you'll never love anything as much as this. Because
Yeah.
if most people did what your kids will do to you, you'd fucking kill them.
Right.
Or beat the living shit out.
And also, they don't appreciate it until they're about 45, 50
Correct.
years
Yes.
old.
But it is so
100%.
true that what your kids do to you are the same things that you have friends you've never talked to again in your whole entire life
have done.
have done to you. And there's a
Right.
reason why you're like, I don't know, I don't want you in my life.
I wake up
And
in
the
a,
same, but the kids, you're
Yeah.
trapped with them.
I wake up in a cold sweat sometimes. Like, I can't believe I treated my parents like that.
Right?
Yeah, I can't believe it was only like 12 years ago, too.
Yeah. I can't believe it
crazy.
just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad, like, one time was just like, he's like, you gotta call me once a week. Like, the
Yeah. Yeah.
he's like, come on.
You got to
Right.
care. That's all he's saying.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah,
you
yeah,
literally
yeah,
just
yeah.
got to pretend that I
Right.
still exist. You're like, yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
I got that call.
I'm like, oh, but I'm drunk and pursuing this impossible career.
Right.
You still want me to call you?
Yeah. What do you want
Like,
to
you're
talk
really
about?
not going to understand my life. You sure about this?
Is he still not quite getting there with you yet? Or
No,
where are you at?
we're really good. We've never, like,
I mean, no, he understands what you're all about now.
I think he understands. Well, I think the fact that I got married is a huge W for my parents.
Yeah.
That's like a huge stability in my
For
life
sure.
that that they can take a deep breath and relax with.
Yeah.
You know, when I was just
Yeah.
like off on a tear rolling around this country with a bottle of Jack Daniels in my hand, like
Right.
and making like a slightly below average, well, actually, let's face it, an average paycheck
Sure.
for this country, they were just like, but they're not open about it because they're like, my parents are so cool. They're like, you just figure it out, bro. Just figure it out. But just call me once a week.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
figure it out, but call me once a week.
I got that call. My mom, you should call your dad every now and then.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, why? What's going on?
Nothing.
Nothing, just you should.
Yeah,
But,
check in.
but when you call him, he's just like, oh, hey, what's up, dude? He acts like he doesn't even
Right.
care
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
called.
Or the cats in the cradle.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I'm sure I've said it before. I mean, my mom, when I think I was like 27 or something, and my dad was like, hey, I love you. And I got off the phone with him, and I was like, whoa, that's weird. I called my mom. I goes, Dad, all right? He told me he loved me. And she just started laughing. She goes, yeah, a couple of his friends died. And I go, oh.
Hey, you pegged
okay.
it.
All right.
You pegged it.
Still, I mean,
Yeah.
you're the one he wanted to tell that to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like you just called up the mailman or something.
Yeah.
No, but it's so true though that type of trauma. He probably did say it to the mailman too, possibly though. Just don't ask. Don't ask.
Yeah.
I did that when I was like broke up with a girlfriend, broke up with me in college.
Yeah.
And I went home. I stopped home for a sec, and I
Yeah.
left my mom like a note of appreciation.
Yeah.
Dude, she couldn't get on that fucking phone fast enough
You're going to kill
to
yourself.
ask me what was up.
Yeah.
Like she did not take it as like, oh, isn't this cute? My son cares. She was
Brian's about to walk into a lake with rocks in his
Exactly.
pockets.
What's wrong with you then?
like,
Yeah.
She have a Midwestern accent?
because it's just so true. Yeah, she probably
Feeling
she
all
was-
right there?
She was a
Hey.
Minogue.
That's funny, dude. No, parents are like that. I'm pretty sure my kid's never going to call us when she leaves.
No,
I'm
no,
almost
she
positive.
will. Maybe we just learned from Matt. You eventually do.
It's going to take a minute, and, but they're going to call, like, sporadically.
If they need money.
Yeah. But
It's
still,
a start. It's a start.
I
right?
mean,
Still.
that's how you got it, right?
there's a lot of I love yous with can I have some money?
And by the way, yeah, I don't think I got rent. Oh, well, that's too bad. You ever thought about prostitution? No.
They call them sex workers now. Somebody just won the Oscar
Yeah.
about it. It's like it's a sex positive thing now. Everything's cool with
yeah.
it.
That's cool.
Socially acceptable.
This newly turned Christian nation is going to be fine with
Oh,
it.
it's going to be great. The fact that you're a lesbian, it's going to be great. Watch your back. Watch what you do in public.
I'm moving to Wyoming. You're not moving.
No, you're not. She may be going to Sacramento for college.
That's good.
Yeah,
Matt's going to be in Sacramento.
That's true.
he is. What's that date, man?
July 29th, I believe. Details
Boom.
at thefullcharge.com. Somewhere around there.
Boom. Fucking
You go
Sacro.
watch the Sacramento A's play.
Are they A's
the
Sacramento?
Oakland A's are
Had to
playing.
move
they're
to Sacramento?
Yeah, because they got in a fight with the city. Why? First off, everyone's left Oakland. All sports teams have left
That
Oakland.
makes sense.
Except I think actually the Golden State Warriors are still there.
All
But
right,
anyway,
Too Short left Oakland.
yeah. See,
Not bad.
but the beauty of the Oakland A's leaving was that
Hammer. Everybody.
Hammer
Is
left.
Hammer still alive?
Yeah,
he is.
100%.
Every once in a while, I miss a death, and like I get a little bit thrown when you find out
He's
about
actually looking
it.
good. And
Okay.
Yeah, he's
July 30th is Sacramento. But yeah, Hammer recently had some beef because they invited him some hip hop awards, and he's like, "Y'all didn't love me then, don't love me now."
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So he's still holding
Can't touch
firm.
this.
yeah. He's
That's kind of gangster, man.
well, you've heard the stories about him, right?
Not exactly. No.
Oh yeah. So there's
Wait, are you taking heart pills while we're talking?
No, these are
okay.
Altoids.
All right, I just wasn't sure.
I am taking heart pills, but that's
But just not
besides
right
the
now.
point. Yeah.
Okay.
On his own time, bro.
The so there's stories of like Too Short backs this up. People were talking about these stories started coming out how MC Hammer's hardcore. And like he's a gangster not to fuck with, right?
Right. He didn't advertise it.
He didn't.
Yeah.
And in fact, because people would make fun of his, his dance songs and his big baggy pants and shit. And they asked Too Short, they're all, so is it true that, MC Hammer is actually a badass? He goes, hey, man, honestly, dude, he goes, him and his whole family, he goes, you do not want to fuck with those guys.
The Hammers.
Yeah, he's like, I forget what they're called, whatever part of town they're in.
Yeah.
Like he said that area of Oakland, he goes, they run that shit.
Right.
He goes, I know everybody's like, oh, he's dancing, his silly pants and shit. He goes, yeah, you ain't ever gonna catch me making fun of that shit. He goes, because he rolls with those cats. He goes, they're some serious fucking dudes, and he's serious. So MC Search,
Yeah. From third base.
third base, right? White boy, fucking rapper. He talked shit about him.
Oh yeah, Pop goes the Weasel. The
Yeah.
Weasel.
Yeah.
That might have been Vanilla Ice, but whatever. They lumped him into the same
They
group.
did, yeah. And so he thought making fun of MC Hammer is nothing until he goes to LA.
Yeah.
Now he's in California, and his car got surrounded or some shit.
Right.
And they just came out, and MC Hammer just let him know in no uncertain terms, yeah, yo, you better get the fuck out of Cali. And he's just like, whoa, dude, what? Like, what's going on right now? And he's got threatened, and he just was had to apologize.
Yeah.
and was just like, yeah.
Where's that apology track though?
I don't think
You know what I mean?
You know
There's
what?
no
I
apology
think
track.
I think
There's diss tracks all the time. There's no apology track.
I think he was saying like, I'm just not gonna ever put his name on my mouth again.
This is all fascinating information. I don't know anything about this world. First off, I'm just impressed with the amount of knowledge you guys just dropped.
Well, third base is always apologizing because they keep thinking they can go after people.
Yeah, right.
And then they thought they could go after the Beastie Boys. You know, they're like so.
Right.
I love third base, but they're so insecure with their disses
For sure.
because they go after what they think are easy targets, and everybody
not.
everybody just goes, "Nah, fuck you, third base."
Yeah.
And I like third base, but you know,
So this goes to my question listening to you guys. Is any of this stuff real or is it built into the culture because it helps everybody in the big picture to have these beefs, to have all this stuff happening?
That's all real.
the beefs are real, but they're real to the extent of I'm going to call somebody out because I don't like them.
But that's what I'm
Right.
saying. But is it a part of the game?
So
Is that how you get traction? Is that how you
Well,
get attention? Is that
there's-
how you sell albums?
there's-
And so it's
I think the
kind of
diss track
understood,
thing is
It's like, yeah, okay.
But is it genuinely dangerous?
Yeah, so I'm
yeah, depending on who you fucking talk
ask,
shit about.
ask Biggie Smalls, ask Tupac Shakur.
Yeah,
how dangerous it
There
is.
you go. There you go. There's two dead guys.
But 50 Cent made a whole career out of, like he put out this diss track that just covered everybody, and everybody was pissed at him.
Yeah.
But he made a career off of it. Like In the Club wasn't his first song. Like
Right.
he put out, I think it was called Robin Rappers or Robin MCs or something, and he just dissed everybody hardcore, and
Got his name out there.
yeah, and then he got a record deal. But
But
yeah,
didn't he also get shot?
he got shot too. Yeah,
Before that.
Okay.
no, in between the diss track and.
But
and
that was-
I think I don't know.
But I think that was just some street stuff.
Oh, okay.
See, in New York's different. Gangs in New York, they're crews. So you're talking about 5 to 15 people, right? Or a crew of 30 people. Unless you're in like the Latin Kings or some big ass gang. But in LA, those are big old gangs.
They're
dude.
organizations.
They're organizations.
Like the
yeah,
Elks Lodge.
it's like mafia. It's
Like
like the Elks Lodge.
yeah.
Like it goes deep and it goes national.
Yeah, and it's old school. Like they got dudes like the founder's still in fucking prison, and everybody knows who Pookie Shorts is or whatever. But like the Rolling 60s, like they're still around. They started in the fucking 70s or 60s or 50s.
How do you know all this stuff?
I watch documentaries.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then it's just
Yeah.
I don't know. You pick up on it in the songs and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, some of it's folklore, some of it's real, but disses are real. You know, because it doesn't take much. A diss is a diss. If I say
Right.
fuck this person, that's a diss.
I don't know,
And
I'm
then
always-
it's just on.
Here's the reason why I'm fascinated by it. Because one, I never really got into that scene, but then I ended up working on a Dr. Dre Snoop Dogg video.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so I got to observe them all night long. And now you guys will probably say they're very, very commercial now. Like they've understood how to make billions of
I'd
dollars in
say.
this business.
When you're hanging out with Martha Stewart, yeah, I'd
Because
say
that
you're
was
pretty
it. There was
commercial.
there was no entourages. It was just these two guys. And I think isn't Dr. Dre like a billionaire?
Yes.
Yeah, and Snoop probably makes quite a bit of money, I'm
Sure.
assuming,
Oh,
as well.
dude.
But it was just
He
fascinating
better.
to watch that they were just
Yeah,
they
but
were just it seemed very normal. They just seemed very normalized. Like so I was trying to figure out like I mean the music video they were trying to make it seem more rough
Sure,
and tumble, if
sure.
you will.
But Dre
as,
was-
as an old white guy's phrase. But you know, I'm just saying it's like
Dre was never a gangster.
I'm just saying I don't know, but again, in the world that they live in, everyone would assume like, right?
Yeah, so like Dre's not a gangster. He never really was.
He was just a record
He
producer.
was an artist. He was always a musician. He was always an artist. Of course, he's around all that
Yes,
shit
correct.
because it's
And hates the fucking police.
and definitely hates the police.
Okay.
Eazy-E sold dope. He sold crack, but he wasn't a gangster, right? He was a gangster in the fact that he carried a gun and he sold drugs and he had guys with him. But I mean, he wasn't like there's just gangsters, like
Yeah.
gangbangers. Like I knew gangbangers, they didn't even give a fuck about money. They loved the game. They liked being a gangster.
Oh, okay.
Like he could care less about making money. He liked being a gangbanger, which makes zero sense.
Yeah, I was gonna say, where's the win in that? Ego, is it just ego driven?
He's a street guy. He was a Mexican mafia guy. That's just how he grew up. But then there's those gangsters, mafia guys. They're about the money. You know, they're making money, but then they're also doing gangster shit. It's a weird world. It is a weird world. Most of the people I knew, they just sold drugs. They didn't even do gangster stuff whatsoever. You know, if you grow up in those hoods, it's do or die, right?
I don't know, man. It was fascinating watching that music video. Just they're trying to manufacture like gangland, Southern California toughness.
Totally.
You know, they're giving out fake prop guns and having like the extras like shoot them up, like fake shoot them in the sky.
Hey, it's like
you know, they bring in the pit bulls and the Doberman pinchers for people to hold and pretend to hold them back while cars are spinning in circles.
Yeah,
and it's just watching all that just be manufactured and knowing that someone's going to watch it and go, "Yeah, that's right." That's our shit right there. You know, it's like
I would love to see a still photograph of you in the middle of all that.
I would too. Just going.
Didn't Wendell tell us several times that he worked on a video like that, but it was for like a lesser name. There was a real gangbanger,
right?
And like the set exploded with chaos and violence.
It can,
and
dude.
he had to just like run away from the set.
It can.
That he was working on, and like it just came beaming offset. Like a Mel Brooks movie or something.
Right.
Just like rolling down the street.
Right.
Just like a riot rolling down the street.
Right.
And there's Wendell like just, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, if you know those cats that you run with, you know that it's always a fucking Tinder keg about to explode. You know, it's always about to go off. Like even the Corn guys, they did a video where they invited all of us, all the friends from Bakersfield and Huntington Beach area, and they had beers, but they hid them. They hid all this booze, and then someone found it and brought it out, and they were like, "Fuck," because they were filming this fake or party scene.
Right. Yeah.
But the Bakersfield people were like, "Oh, well, here's the fucking party shit."
Right. And but what like what's kind of left out to someone who might know is like a shoot is like a 12-hour day.
Yeah.
So like you might be fine for about 2 hours.
Right.
But then shit starts going crazy.
Yeah, and I just remember Reggie just going, "Oh fuck." He goes, "Who let these guys have the fucking," and the guy, some kids are, "Well, they found it." And he goes, "Oh fuck, dude." He goes, "You know what's you just started, right?" He goes, "These fucking idiots, are you kidding me?"
It's like 10 in the morning.
Yeah, and he's just, they're like, "Oh, but it is a party scene." He goes, "Yeah, dude." He goes, "I don't think you understand. Like, these guys are going to get fucked up."
We don't need them to be drunk.
Yeah, we do not need
for
them
a 3-minute video. The party scene will hit if they're just holding the shit, the fake shit.
Yeah, and it was on and popping, dude. But
I
no
will
fights.
That's good.
Yeah.
And that's what I was to say about that music video. Now, granted, those two guys are icons at this point, but even like everything that I said the whole time, I was like, this is cool.
Oh, yeah.
Like, even as an
for
outsider,
sure.
I was like, I want to be friends with those two guys. I wonder if they'll come over and talk to me, which the answer is no. But but somebody who's been around this
I'm
a lot,
into
even
her
I
women.
was like, it's those two guys, man. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
for
it was,
sure.
The whole thing was cool, but it was just interesting to me that there really was no. They had to recreate something that looked way more like what we deem is street or whatever you would call it.
Just because they've been away from it for so long.
Yeah.
Like, that's why he left Suge and all that shit. He's just like, fuck this.
We in a whirlwind with Bryan Ewrin.
That'll never be one of his lines. Ever.
You imagine?
Yo, Bryan.
We always brain frying with my main man. Oh, no.
That's too great.
That right there is the closest I'll ever get, is your version of it.
This is the closest I'll ever get to Darren Carter. Oh, no. Bow wow.
Bow wow.
You know, Darren did Snoop Dogg. He performed at Snoop Dogg's birthday party.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, doing his Snoop Dogg impression.
That's pretty great.
Oh,
dude.
no.
And I'm assuming it went well because he's still
Because he's still with us.
No,
just kidding.
he made some good money.
I'm sure he
Yeah.
did, and I'm sure Snoop loved it. I'm sure
yeah.
Snoop thought that was hilarious.
Hell yeah, when you got a redheaded kid doing doing an impression of you.
And he does it pretty
In front
good.
of all your
He
friends?
does a pretty good
Oh,
one.
no.
Especially, Darren, you couldn't get whiter. You couldn't get whiter.
No, he's never had a tan.
I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
It's probably like my wife. The sun just fucking turns him pink.
Yeah, some people.
Yeah, that
Right?
pigmentation.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
she's Nordic.
Well, Darren's got to be some sort of Irish. I don't remember what he is.
sure.
Who knows?
I've got the only reason why I'm Scotch Irish, but I got Italian in me, so I get a little bit of was it melatonin? What's the stuff that you get on melatonin?
I don't know, but I'm French with my Irish.
All right.
So you got
I get color.
Yeah, because that's by the Riviera, and like they sit out, and you probably look good in a Speedo, right?
I look great in a Speedo.
Yeah.
Not currently. I got to get down to my fighting weight before my special. But I look better than most people my age. Fuck it.
Oh, yeah, dog.
Better than half the people at the pool, I'll tell you that.
Oh, more than I do. I'll guarantee you that.
I got to get you to the pool, man.
I don't even look good in fucking boxers.
Well.
No, it's coming soon, dude.
Let's go to the videotape.
Coming soon.
Is that a teaser?
Yeah. Bringing sexy back, dude. By the end of 2025, you'll be like, whoa.
Is anybody asking? That's why I started asking myself, like, where do you go with, like, your personal goals for, like, what you want to see, like, how you want to be seen or how you want to see yourself? Like, how far do you want to take it?
You just want to be a little bit less than you are today.
Yeah, I want to be a lot
That's
less
all you
than
want.
I am today.
You want to be a little bit more in shape than you were the day before.
Yeah.
So you're never going to chase the six pack?
No, I don't believe in that shit. I believe in being as thin as you can be and as healthy as you can be. But this whole thing where you decide to be perfect, you can fuck off, because that is a life of misery. When you see these people who are already hot getting
trying to get hotter.
surgery so that like they don't have man boobs or whatever, like you're already thin, you're not a model.
Right.
Fucking take the win.
Right.
Because people don't need you to be perfect.
No.
They don't.
No.
That's all in your head because you're trying not to think about death.
I just realized how that speech is just going to fall deaf on anybody that wants to be an Instagram star or TikTok, right? That's the downside, because that's what they chase. That's the dragon they chase.
They're young and stupid anyway, so.
Yeah, but they also
Have at
can
it.
make themselves perfect with digital tools.
Sure.
They don't need to get plastic surgery. They know what they're doing with that.
Right.
But yeah, I heard a statistic. I think it was on Real Time with Bill Maher, so who knows? But it was like upwards of 50% of Gen Zers want to be influencers for a living.
Yeah, because they make good fucking money
they make
if
good
you
money.
hit it.
Yeah.
Which you won't.
Yeah.
Most of you won't.
It's high competition, especially when like 60 to 70%
For sure.
of your age group wants to do it.
Right. Got to have that hook, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For us, it was film direct. You want to be a film director or a musician. That was like our generation.
And you also had to define, like, what does it take to make it? Like, in that world, we knew what our world, right? Like, you have to write jokes, you have to have a whole thing, right? But I was just, and I'm again so out of it. But is there like some 7-year-old kid that does like dad faces or something like that makes a ton of money?
Probably.
Like, there's this kind of stuff. It's just like, okay. So how would anybody have ever known that would have been the thing that would have catapulted you into like way over everybody else that's trying to be
Trust
something?
me, I mocked it.
And I'm not making fun of the kid, by the way. Anybody that can make money and whatever.
Is that a real thing? A kid making dad faces?
I'm sure it is.
Yeah, I forget what the kid's name is. I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
You
It
could
does.
probably
But I
just
didn't
Google.
It doesn't matter to us.
He just
It's not
makes
a-
a
He makes
face?
dad
I think
faces.
so. Like, maybe there's more to it, but it started with a dad face.
It's worse. It gets worse, dude. There's other things that are just dumb as fuck, but these people fucking love it. There's people that all they literally do is play video games. And
Play
talk-
video games?
Oh, my kids
and
watch
talk
those all the
shit.
time.
Whisper.
And-
There's Whisper AMSR or
Yeah.
ASMR.
Wait, what?
There's people that just like, okay, so like if we wanted to like really blow up, well, we're not female and young enough.
I was
All right.
gonna say,
But
or
but
cute.
if you are an attractive woman, you can do a video like this where you cracking open Coke cans and shit.
I'm
Like
checking
it's
out.
just this
open
weird thing.
things.
Greg's
Yeah.
got a boner.
It's just
Keep
this
going.
weird.
Yeah.
It's just this weird shit that's whispered, and there's millions of people that do it. I would assume.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
And there's probably
Actually, not fascinating.
50 to 100 very popular ASMR artists, if you will.
There's a Asian girl who just sits on bread.
Farts in jars.
There's
all this
farts
stuff.
in jars, dude.
They sell
The
they
girl
sell
that
jars
sells
full of farts.
farts.
Listen, that one is probably the
jars.
guy in the airplane, probably buys that shit. So I understand the fart in the jar thing. You described the guy that probably buys that stuff
I
earlier.
mean,
but
I salute if you could buy a car or pay your rent from farting in jars. Fucking God.
Why would you
bless
go be a receptionist somewhere for like
Wake up
$14
early
an
and
hour
eat somebody's
when
shit.
you can just like eat a bean burrito
fart in a jar
and just take care of rent in a day?
Yeah. How can you demean that person? If anything, they have found it. They have discovered
the
ultimate life, right?
Society's demeaning, and that's why this shit is a better option than a real job.
I mean, think about life though, right? Like we're very early on. Where you swim in a stream. If you got to do this, 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 you got to work, and then you fucking die, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere along the line, someone went, or hear me out. I don't fucking work a day in my life. I shart in a jar. Okay, I make millions, and I do whatever the fuck I want in life. And you go, I want to be mad at you, but you figured this shit out.
How can you argue with that?
How can you argue with that?
Because you're gonna fart anyway.
Exactly.
You might as well get paid for it.
I just love the fact that she's got that like no I can't. I'm pretty busy today.
I can't fart in a jar today because I'm busy.
I got 15 more jars to fart in, so yeah.
And their friends are like, "How about just don't fart in them and sell them anyway?"
Yeah.
Because it's not like you can smell it.
Oh, there must have been leaked out.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll leak out. Like it is not. It's not.
That's probably not acceptable.
Just sell the jars.
Or you just have that fart spray. Just
right.
I did that in school. I almost got suspended.
Fart spray?
I did fart spray.
Oh yeah, because those things fucking light it up.
Oh yeah, I was doing it in every classroom, and it was starting. Then they started doing the investigation, trying to track who was in each class.
You went too far.
Yeah. I got busted, got called to the principal's office. My mom got called in, and I thought, this is it. I'm getting suspended. And my mom was gonna be so mad. And I remember my mom listening. She sat there, and she listened to them talk, and they just kept going. And then he took the fart spray, and then he fart sprayed this, and then he fart sprayed that. And I'm like, I'm done. My mom, and then she goes, hold on a second. You're going to kick my kid out of school because he was making places smell a little bit?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah. She's like, no, you're not. No, you're not. He is not missing a day of school. If anything, he needs more school.
Yeah.
And
I'm raising an idiot.
But then she started getting all mad, and I was like, yeah. And she turns to me and she goes, you shut up.
Right.
You're still in trouble when we're not in school.
You shut up.
I'm not on your side.
Yeah.
You think I'm on your side. She's like, no. The greatest punishment for you clearly is to keep your ass in school.
Yeah. No shit.
And I've never seen two people argue but simultaneously agree the best way to screw me over was to keep me in school.
Right.
And I didn't really have a scarlet letter though, because even when I got out, I was getting a high five from everybody for just what a great day they all had, right? They're kids.
It's a strange phenomenon because the best part of a fart is the noise. So all you're doing is giving the smell.
Yes and no. You can't tell me that you haven't seen videos on the internet of like people who like silent bomb and then walk away and then film. Distance.
Why would I watch a video of that when I'm doing it in real life all day long?
Yeah.
Exactly. I think the guys from South Park were like, there was a whole thing about when they first started getting famous because they're just a bunch of dudes, right? That they went to this like hoity-toity fancy like Emmy party, and they intentionally made sure that they're really gassy so that they could literally fart bomb people all night long and watch. All they wanted to do was see famous people's faces when they smelled their farts. Honestly, to me, I mean, I have nothing against famous people, but it's still what a great challenge for yourself, right?
Yeah, I couldn't find myself doing it. I couldn't do that because half of those celebrities are women that you'd want to go on a date with.
Well, there's wanting and it ever happening are two totally different things.
Well, yeah, but you also can't, like, you're going to get busted with the fart and walk away. Like, people know who it is. And you don't really walk away. That thing follows you like Casper the Ghost.
It does.
A buddy of mine had really bad gas on a flight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he almost got beat up by one guy in front.
Because he
I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm in my 50s and I'm still laughing like I'm a teenager.
Farts are always going to be funny.
Because it got so bad.
The guy got so mad
mad that he stood up. He's like, I am going to fucking kick your ass if you don't stop farting. And my buddy just couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah.
And even under threat of death on a plane.
Hilarious.
And the whole thing is ridiculous if you think about it, right? He's like, if you don't stop ejecting things from your butthole, I have no choice but to strangle you.
I'm going to kill you.
Meanwhile, he's so much better than me because I just took that flight that I was talking about, and I had supersonic gas but I was just holding it in pain for like 5 hours.
Yeah.
You know, I went to the bathroom for a minute, but it didn't really resolve the situation.
Because you were worried about track back, and I don't think you should.
See, because I'm not like the fucking asshole that took up the middle seat whole row. I'm considerate.
Right.
You just gave yourself gastrointestinal issues for the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, I'll
So,
just
to
get
fit
cancer.
to society.
Just to fit
Fine with me.
Yeah.
Fine with me.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll just.
Everything goes back to the guy in the fucking airplane at the end of the day.
I mean, well, I'll always hate him.
Aren't they always the guy on the plane? In the end, it's the guy on the fucking plane that took up all the seats just to be a prick.
And everything in life, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Plane is a weird society.
It
like,
is.
Like a lot of people are agitating you, making you upset, but you just have to be like fucking cool.
Right.
And nobody really talks that much on a plane. My friend Brennan said he flew to Charlotte. We did a show in Charlotte, and he said he took Frontier, which is one of those like Spirit adjacent
Oh, yeah.
things, and
Good luck.
like people were playing shit out of their phones, you know, like
Oh, just.
Or like super
like TikTok
loud.
videos,
Oh, yeah.
and getting up during with the seatbelt presentation, and the front, but they're legitimate flight attendants,
So
so,
it's
they're like, hey, turn off your phone and sit the fuck down. Is this
Yeah.
your first flight?
They're like the Greyhound of the airways.
Spirit really is bad, and there's like you can Google airport fight, and you can guarantee it's at a Spirit
Is that a
gate.
Spirit or a Frontier?
I will
There's
say,
like full on brawls with like 12 people beating the shit out of each other.
have you ever seen? So I've flown all the bad airlines.
Yeah,
never
me
had
too.
any problems.
Sun
never.
Country, you name it.
I've never had a single problem. But then, you name it, you just did. But have you guys ever seen like a throwdown?
No.
No, because this is what I live in a world where people are just like, I'll just die of a heart attack instead of expressing myself.
Exactly.
No, but you travel so much. You have to be around. At some point, you would think the odds would be in your favor that you would get caught in the middle of one of those things.
I've never seen a fist fight.
Nothing at the airports.
I've barely seen an argument. I've barely seen an argument. People are pent up when they're on federal property. People
Yeah.
are on they most people know,
Right.
like,
don't act up here.
don't act up here. You are on the grounds for punishment.
People that get loud and stupid in an airport, I watch those videos. I fucking love them. When people do that shit, I'm always just like, what are you thinking?
Well, they're not. That's the problem. They're not exactly the most intelligent people.
We kept our rep in the skies, bro.
I mean, I see it happen at Union Station all the time.
But that would be considered city,
Sure.
not federal.
No.
But federal, dude,
You don't fuck
you want the
around.
full impact of your actions. Federal will probably give you the full impact.
Yeah,
of your
no,
actions.
they have to. They have to. They just have
Well,
to get you.
You don't think it's federal until a Homeland Security guy comes out of nowhere and knocks you on your ass.
Yeah.
Because you're acting a fucking fool at the train station.
It might even be. Oh, really? Oh, you
yeah.
got feds at the train station?
Yeah, they're there.
Okay.
Because that's a soft target. That's
You know what? That makes anything transportation based.
yeah,
you're right.
I didn't
Yeah.
think of that until they wouldn't go. I go, yeah, why are you guys here? And they go, it's a fucking soft target, dude.
Yeah.
He goes, anybody can walk through those doors with a briefcase and just set it down.
Where do you think they stand on Greyhound? Homeland Security stands on
Dirt
Greyhound.
bags. It's the dirt bag of the station. Are you kidding me? Flixbus and the Greyhound. We're all like, ugh.
So Greyhounds are at Union Station?
Now,
Oh,
because
wow.
they shut down the
That downtown thing?
that fucking nightmare.
I've been
of
there
a,
at 2
of a
a.m.
bus station downtown.
It's like you feel like you're in Repo Man.
yeah, exactly, dude.
That's where they filmed that
Yeah.
movie. So yeah.
Have you ever been there at night?
Yes, 2 a.m.
Yeah, exactly.
Why?
It's like people
Because
are
I
selling
was-
crack and drugs. It's insane.
I was taking a bus to Arizona for a gig because I have a very average career.
Cheap. Yeah, it's cheap.
It was like $40
That ain't bad, dude.
or less.
Yeah.
Then when I got there, I was like, wait a minute, I got airplane miles. What the fuck am I doing? And I flew home for free, baby.
There you go.
$5.62.
There you
I
go.
did make a mistake downtown one time at 4:00 in the morning
Oh.
before a shoot, and I walked down. Downtown LA is interesting in the fact that they've done a lot of upgrading.
Yeah,
But
right?
you're going to die.
But there's only all it takes is one. Yeah, Because all it takes is going down one wrong block.
Yeah.
And it happens pretty quick.
It's like, it's fine. That's a nice bar. It's fine. Escape from New York.
Hey, dude,
Like-
I walked down fentanyl heroin line,
Yeah.
and everybody was strung out or getting strung out, and I kept walking, and I kept thinking to myself, do you really think going this same direction is
I'm gonna walk out of it?
based on how it's going so far? It's going to get better.
But you're just trying to be polite in front of all the heroin addicts.
That's exactly it. Just mind your own business. Keep your head down.
I'm not judging you. I'm
he
just
says
keep
hi, you
walking
say
into
hi.
your
Yeah, exactly.
den of
Yeah.
sin.
You're the guy that gets lost in the forest for a week because you like, nah, the trail, we're going to bump into the trail again.
Oh, yeah. I had never seen anything like that. That was just like one block, and I
Yeah,
was like, what just happened?
It's a nightmare.
Yeah.
I've stood out there and just been like, they could eradicate all this, and I don't think anybody would care.
Nope. Everybody on that street, including myself, could disappear that night.
Yeah.
And my wife might ask for
Yeah.
a week or two, but, got to get back to things.
It's like you want to.
So go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it's like you want to call the CIA and go, "Are you guys trying to run any experiments? Because I got
I got a place.
an area. I mean, you could just sweep in and just,
And it turns out that was their experiment.
They're like, yeah, it's called downtown LA. I'm like, oh, good job.
My friend had his wedding in downtown LA,
Fuck.
and we get there. First of all, I'm Ubering there with my wife.
That's actually why.
And it's just there's so many people out on the streets.
Yeah.
That I'm like, oh, I guess we're going through this. The venue is like a couple miles away, and I look at the map and it's like a block away, and I'm like, oh my god.
We're like,
And then we get there.
yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we get there when we're supposed to get there.
Right.
And they're like, yeah, we're not letting people in yet. And so we're just stuck out there
A month.
with everybody who's come to California to be a drug addict
Yeah.
or mentally ill. No offense to anybody. My heart goes out to you.
they're
but
not,
that doesn't
they're
mean
not listening.
they're not listening. I wish they were.
Yeah, right.
That would be cool if that was our demographic. It would be a pain in the ass to do live shows, but
hey man, you guys are
yeah.
fucking great.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
What if my
thanks.
story finished with the reason why I kept going is because I heard the full charge power hour lasted on one of their.
Hey, I'm on the full charge power hour.
Meet me at the Skid Row truck. I'll buy you some Skid Row. And then we later found out, well, first of all, my buddy Al comes walking across the street. He's like, hey, you want to go in that bar over there? And it's across the street.
Yeah.
The music is blasting so loud, it's hurting my ears from across the street. And they're patting someone down to let them in the bar.
Yeah.
Like as Al says that. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think it's a good idea to go over there. I think my ears are going to be blown out from this wedding anyway. And the thing is, my friend's a comic, and he was like, what do you call it? Tightening up his vows because he wanted to crush.
That's
In
why
the
he wasn't letting
ceremony.
people
That's
in
why they
there?
weren't letting people in because he
Dude,
was still working on.
I think I'm gonna
with
get
the writing
knife.
with the writing partner, by the way.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
The vows were funny,
He's like, look, babe, hold on. This shit's got to be tight.
but then his wife crushed too. So it's like, you know what I mean? She's not a comic. You
Yeah,
didn't- you
she didn't have a
to-
writing
yeah,
partner.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
A couple of things. We're almost done. I just want to throw this by you. I looked up a prison to make a joke about it on the East Coast.
A prison?
A prison, Sing Sing prison.
Sure.
And there was a rating, like a Yelp rating,
Oh, as far as prisons go?
0.0.
Yeah, it's like one of the oldest prisons.
Right. But like, what's the Yelp review? Like we got in there and they wouldn't let us out. 0.0.
Signed Wendell.
Hard to escape from.
The food was awful. 0.0
Yeah.
stars. Would not recommend.
Yeah.
But it is crazy that like even that is offered the rating. The rating, like where do you rate this?
It is a service industry in some respects.
Or is it on the way out? Is you press one of those thumbs up, thumbs down buttons?
Right. There's not Henry Hill. Yeah. No, Henry Hill even talked about. I've heard different people, mafia guys who like go to prison a lot.
Yeah, sure.
And so they would like, hey, can you get me in such and such prison? Because they have a farm program.
Right.
And so they would finagle away or do the right thing to get sent to certain prisons. And they're
Right.
like, well, now I work on the farm. I get to go outside.
Right.
There's this one guy. I mean, he's practically a serial killer for the Chicago mob, but he was an amazing artist.
Yeah.
And so he got life, and he was like, hey, can you send me to such and such, Marion? And they're like, sure.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, they got a really good art program.
Yeah. That's great.
And there
That's
you
what
go.
all he ever
dude.
wanted to do.
That's all he wants. Gets time to do his art.
Prison planning.
Yeah.
Prison planning.
Well, you got to think about your future. You know what I mean?
Right.
While you're planning your career.
Yes.
One of my favorite scenes of Goodfellas is the prison scene, where they're all just like cooking
Yeah.
food and hanging out. I don't know why that. I would never want to experience it.
Right.
But there's just something to, like, almost that pandemic life of them. Like, dinner is all day.
Yeah.
It's just like we're gonna work on dinner. And we're gonna have it all. They had scotch, they had wine, bread, cheese,
And
they're making steaks.
Right.
Everything short of freedom.
Yeah, and women.
There's a CIA guy.
That's the biggest.
Then you don't need freedom now.
Well, that's the shittiest part.
That's
just
the one
no
part
women.
you can't smuggle
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said they had women in there.
No, if they had women, why leave?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, there's this guy John Kurikawa. He was the guy who exposed the torture program we had.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
He's a CIA guy. Well, they threw him in prison for that.
Oh my God.
So, but he ended up hanging out with the Italians because they liked him. And he's like, yeah, I gained 20 pounds while I was in prison, hanging out with those guys. Because it's just like Goodfellas.
Yeah.
He's all, they just got all this incredible Italian food.
And he's all walking, like Henry Hill's all walking around in tracksuit,
Yeah.
like, I got to go deal these drugs. I'll be back.
Right. Right.
They're just making the rounds. One more thing before we go. I bought a bag of jelly beans around Easter.
Oh, real.
I'm not
real jelly
Catholic.
bean.
I'm not Catholic, so I buy the jelly beans on like Saturday and start eating them. I don't even wait for Sunday.
You're not chowing on jelly beans with an axe on your forehead.
You're not waiting.
I don't
for-
wait till I don't wait till he's risen.
He has risen.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, it's more of like a wake type food
For sure.
or like funeral type food for me.
That's fair.
No, this bag I got from like Brock's, like a legitimate name brand.
Sure.
No more black jelly beans.
What?
DEI?
Wow.
What the fuck?
Wow.
Is that it?
No, it's licorice, right? So
People don't like black jelly beans.
Nah,
but
they
I
taste
love
like
black
terrible.
Jelly beans. I love black jelly beans. It's the only reason I bought the fucking pack.
Was hoping.
But I gotta buy like.
Wait, couldn't you see inside the bag?
Yeah, they have purple, and so. But I wasn't examining it. I've never had this issue before.
My man assumed, bro. They've
Yeah.
always been in there.
But the licorice flavor will kill all other flavors.
And I love it. I fucking love it. Everybody else is just a supporting role for me.
Is that
The black jelly bean is the star of the fucking show for me. And I'm assuming now there's packs of just all black.
I was just gonna
probably
say
jelly
yeah,
beans now.
Yeah.
You just have to get it
They've
off of
segregated.
Amazon.
Yeah. DEI. I told you this
They've
is
just
the new world we live
segregated.
in.
I hate this new America. I hate this new
Yeah.
America.
Were there any female jelly beans in there?
There's no female astronaut jelly beans. Nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just all regular white jelly beans.
Just fucking
sucks.
white jelly beans, no flavor,
Boring. Welcome to New America.
no rhythm, and
Maybe
no
it's-
flavor.
Maybe it's because I bought it before Easter. We are becoming a very religious country on top of all that.
Unfortunately.
Okay. Thanks for listening to the Full Charge Power Hour, and pledge on Patreon and check me at the Bro Adjacent Tour. And that's it. We're out of here.
Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me.
Oh, what?